Hey guys, this is PartyWave MTG here, bringing you my second video, deck tech of my blue-black, aggressive. It's a little control, but not really a lot. So we'll start with the lands, and it's not finished yet. Also, I still need some cards. Starting with the lands, I have swamps. Islands, of course, blue-black, and as of now I have 13 swamps and 7 islands, so a total of 20 lands. But what I'm planning on doing is getting maybe right now I'm going to try to get some Temple of Deceits, the new scry lands from Theros, because those are also cheaper, but they let me scry, and so that will help me get to the cards that I don't have 4 of faster. And even the shock lands are not at all a problem for this deck. You'll see in a little bit. But they also just cost a little more, and I just don't have a lot of money right now. But so after the lands, we'll get first we have Farika's Cure, which is kind of like the new Sorin's Thirst, I think it was called. So 2 black, and Farika's Cure deals 2 damage to target creature, and I gain 2 life. So sorry if the camera just turned there. And then we have 3. Sorry. Most of these cards by the way, are from Theros. Actually, I think all of them are right now. Then we have Erebos, God of the Dead. I'm playing him just because I have really a lot of creatures that will devote to his that will get his devotion up fast. So really, he's a 4 mana for a 5/7 indestructible. So like we have Abhorrent Overlord, 2 mana. Night Howler, Disciple of Phoenix, Merchants, Whips. So really we have a lot. And so opponents can't gain life. I think this is actually, sorry for the glare, I think this is actually just a really good kind of way against control decks, just because for a couple of spells, say they play Sphinx's Revelation, it really blocks them from gaining life, and they just draw cards. And so as of now, I only have 2 of him. I don't really plan on getting any more, but because I think he's more of a later game play. Looks pretty cool though, I think. Next we have Abhorrent Overlord. He's a 7 mana for a 6/6. A lot of people have mixed feelings about this. I mean, a lot of people just don't like it just because it's a 7 mana for a 6/6. But he's a flyer. The only downside of him, I think, is at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. That's really the only part. But the thing is, when you put him down, you gain, when he enters the battlefield, put a number of 1/1 black harpy creature tokens onto the battlefield with flying equal to your devotion to black. So by the time I can play this guy, I'll really have a lot of stuff out on the field, most likely, and hopefully. But he'll give me a lot of creatures, so it'll be harder to block, unless they have a 100-handed one. And then those are also good, and he kind of corresponds with the next card, which is Night Howler. So he's the 3 mana, 2 black, 1 generic for a 0/0, but when you put him on, he's also an enchantment creature, a horror. He's actually the first one, I think, with the graveyard creatures that it's not a Goyf. They're all like Lurgoyfs and stuff. And so when he gets onto the battlefield, it says, I'm kind of confused. It says Night Howler and Enchanted Creature get +1/+1, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards. I'm pretty sure that's just if you play him, he gets it, and if you enchant him, then the creature gets it. But I don't know if maybe you can enchant and play him. I doubt it though. But so like this really goes good because say I play him after I get this guy down and after he's been out for a couple turns, and I'm just killing a lot of their creatures. Then I'll hope he can get big. So hopefully by the time I'm gonna play him, he'll be like maybe a 3/3. Hopefully higher. But he is 3 mana, so it's pretty good. I might drop one of them and play 2, but I don't know. Next we have Disciple of Phoenix. It's a good card. I mean, when he enters the battlefield, target player reveals cards equal to your devotion to black. So at least that's 2 cards, and you get to discard one of them. And so I mean, I don't know. I'm most likely gonna take this guy out, and I'm really gonna try to get maybe a playset of Agent of Fate, or of the Fate, because I have a couple things here that target creatures, and say even somebody tries to remove him, since he's heroic, then that player will have to sacrifice a creature, and also he also has Death Touch, so I mean he's 3 mana for a 3/2 Death Touch. So really, he can block anything without flying, and I don't know. I think he's just a really good card. Next, we have Shipwreck Singers. I mean, I'm most likely gonna take this out because I really want to get maybe some Realm Rights, but hopefully, I really am trying to get Seismic Manipulators. So whenever a creature gets out on the field, you put a 1/1 counter on Seismic Manipulator, and one of his ability is you pay I forget how much mana you pay, and then you get to take control of a creature equal to the amount of 1/1 counters you remove from him. So say they play like an Erebos, and they have mono black or something. He's a 5/7. Say you remove 5 toughness and say you remove 7 1/1 counters from him. So he's a 0/1 back to what he usually is. You would get an Erebos. That's just an example, but he could take over anything if you have the right amount of 1/1 counters. So I really don't know. I mean, as of now, she's just one of my starter creatures. I don't have a lot of low mana cost creatures, so she's okay. I mean, in the beginning of the game, say somebody puts down a 1/1, second turn you could just tap, say you don't have anything else to play, you could just tap her, target creature gets -1/-1, attacking creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn, and if they're only a 1/1, I guess that really helps. So next we have Read the Bones. I have 3. I don't really plan on getting more. I might. Depends what you guys think, really. I'll take any help I can get from this video. It's 1 black, 2 generic. For scry 2, then draw 2. You lose 2 life. But okay, so this really isn't a problem for me because of what's up here, which is I play 4 Whip of Erebos. I just think it's a great card, and you can bring back creature cards from the graveyard if you need to, and all the creatures you control have lifelink, which will really become a pain once you just start attacking with all your guys. You just gain a ton of life. So 2 black, 2 generic. I'm pretty sure this can activate Devotion for Erebos. I'm pretty sure, because it is a permanent and it has 2 blocks, so there's 2 for him. Next we have Ashiok, Nightmare Weaver. Okay, if a lot of you guys probably didn't know this, Ashiok is a boy. I read it in my my little booklet, my Theros card encyclopedia. If you guys want proof. Okay, so he has a +2. Exile top 3 cards of target graveyard. I mean, from a target opponent's library. And that's a +2, and that is amazing for a 3, 1 black, 1 blue, 1 generic. And her next ability is her -X. Put a creature card with converted mana cost X exiled by Ashiok, kind of, and under your control. So say you exile Aetherling or something, and you minus that many counters from her, you can play Aetherling under your control. And her -10, exile all cards from target opponent's hand and graveyards. So that also helps. Say they have a card that they can't yet play, and you get to 10 counters before they can play it. You can have that card to use if you get that and her -X. So I think she's good. I'm just playing a 2. He's good. I think he's playing I'm just playing a 2 of right now. I don't plan on getting too much more. And oh yeah. So if you guys want proof that he's a guy, Ashiok is okay. It's somewhere it says he. See he right here. See? So Ashiok is a dude. Next we have Ordeal of Thassa. So it's really for the 1/1 and the draw ability, but also when I get my my Agent of Fates, it'll also activate their heroic. So I can have my opponent sacrifice a creature that goes into the graveyard, which activates this guy, gives him more 1/1 counters, and it's actually a really good card, I think. Just because it puts 1/1 counters up to 3. And when you sacrifice it, but when it gets to 3 or more counters, you draw 2 cards. So that's really good. And here's my favorite common from the set. It is an absolute bomb, especially in my deck. Gray Merchant of Asphodel. 2 black and 3 generic. When the Gray Merchant of Asphodel enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X life, where X is your devotion to black. You gain life equal to life lost this way. So, this card is amazing. I've been wrecked by it so many times when I was using my heroic deck. And this does a lot of damage to you late game. At the absolute least, it does 2. But most likely by turn 5, you'll have like couple other guys out, hopefully, at least. And it also is a 2/4. It's really not what you play it for. I'm just playing it for that straight up devotion damage. But then I have like another kind of control card for late game. I just have a 2 black and 4 generic. Destroy target creature. Its controller loses 2 life. So I just have a 2 it's just for that late game, especially like say they get a god out, maybe anybody really. It's just for taking like big creatures out at the end of game, late game. And we have 2 March of the Returned. Return up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. So this Just say some of my creatures die and I need to bring them back. It does that. And I think Heroic activates from this, but I don't know. Well, thank you guys for watching. I just realized it was a 15-minute video. I really appreciate it. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thanks.